the Virginia Horse Industry Board, Southwest Virginia Agricultural Association, and the Virginia Christmas Tree Growers Association are proud sponsors of Virginia farming.
This program's brought to you by the Virginia Farm Bureau. Large or small, Virginia farmers work year-round to help put food on your table. And Farm Bureau works year-round to help farmers and all Virginians. Farming, it's all good. To learn more, go to vafarmbureau.org.
Polaris, offering its hardest working, smoothest riding full-size workhorses, including the all-new 60-horsepower Ranger XP 900, hunt, farm, or trail. Polaris has the full-size Ranger you want at Polaris.com.
Brought to you by Farm Family. Life, auto, business, farm. Nancy Asher, stable owner, visionary, agent of change. Another personal story on farmfamilypeople.com. Farm Family, the people you know. Hi everybody, welcome to Virginia Farming. I'm Amy Rocher. This week we're looking at financial opportunities for farmers and landowners when Dayne Davis from Pendleton Community Bank joins us on Ag Insights. Then we'll talk about growing plants in raised beds when we go in the garden. We'll also have the Ag Calendar and a Minute in the Field video. All this plus the Ag News of the Week on this edition of Virginia Farming. Spring planting time is here, and that means more farmers and equipment on the roads. Some farmers have different fields that are separated and have to travel down roadways with their equipment in order to plant their crops. Most farm equipment travels slower than 20 miles per hour and does not stop and start as quickly as a car. As soon as you spot a slow-moving vehicle, you should slow down to the speed of the equipment, usually between 15 and 20 miles per hour, and maintain a generous following distance. Farm Bureau Safety Manager Jimmy Moss says the closure distance between a car traveling at 55 miles per hour and a tractor traveling at 15 miles per hour can be extremely short. So be patient, be safe, and remember, the crops they are planting now will probably end up on your table in the future. Well, beef will probably be on your table too, but what about that beef quality? Cindy Campbell shares a report from a meat scientist who explains which beef quality definition should really matter to cattlemen.
We always have this question, is quality to you, quality to me? That always has a different meaning and things like that. From a meat science perspective, we normally think about quality being quality grades, such as, what % prime and choice.
It doesn't really matter how cattlemen define quality, says Texas A&M University meat scientist Jeff Saville. What matters is how beef consumers define it, enjoy it, and come back to purchase more.
We always talk about palatability being flavor, juiciness, and tenderness. And I've spent my whole career in the tenderness area of looking at how we can increase tenderness, but sometimes we forget that flavor is that big driver too.
In fact, the 2011 beef quality audit found that flavor is the #1 driver of quality, since most beef is tender, but marbling plays a key role.
Well, without question, marbling plays a great role in both tenderness and flavor of that. And I think if you look at the work, that it's a pretty good proxy for delivering good eating satisfaction and things like that, especially as we go across, major grades, and you start going from the high end, prime, down to the top choice, slow choice, and select, and down even to the standard grade.
Those lower grading categories, devoid of marbling, have a harder time meeting consumer demand. Just knowing that should help cattlemen move closer to their ultimate customer, despite the distance between farm and fork.
There tends to be this disconnect sometimes from, the cattle producer all the way to the consumer, because there's so many hands that transfer in that. But you have to think about everything that you do as a cattle producer to make sure that the product is going to be the best that it can be by the time it gets to the consumer. The consumer wants good eating quality, but they also want to make sure it's safe and it's been raised appropriately and things like that.
He says every ranch level decision plays a role. Producers can either reap the rewards or miss out.
So I think you're starting to see some things where the market signals are becoming clearer And I think then it's up to the cattle producers to determine how they want to respond to them.
I'm Cindy Campbell.
Thank you, Cindy. If you think you're seeing more horses and horse-related events, you're not crazy. The equine industry is growing, and it's proving to be a source of revenue for many Virginia boarding farms.
The sport of riding horses has turned into an economic boom in Virginia and nationwide. According to the latest figures from a University of Virginia study, horses have an annual economic impact of $1.2 billion. All this pony power has its price. Owning a horse is expensive. Hay, bedding, farriers, vets, and lessons all add up. And it can be time-consuming to try to do it all on your own. That is why some are turning to family-run boarding farms like Campbell Springs Equestrian Center. Here, a horse can be cared for 24/7 by true horse experts. This is one of the largest agricultural endeavors in Chesterfield County, where 64 horses can be boarded at any given time.
We have boarding facilities. We started out with the south barn, which is up next to the road. That was the initial barn that we had. Started out with 10 stalls there, then we added on another 20 stalls to that, so we have 30 stalls up there for boarding. Here at the north barn, this was built in 2004, 2005.
The farm itself is more than 400 acres and began as a much smaller operation with only a few acres. Campbell and his family cleared the remainder of the farm for the boarding facility after demand exploded over the last decade.
It's just unbelievable the things that are done in the horse world, you know, now as opposed to 10 years ago. And the activities, I mean, there's something you can go to, whether it's in the Western world of rodeo, bull riding, or it's in the English world of your hunter jumper, dressage, whatever you're doing there.
Heather Dole is the head trainer for Campbell Springs. She boards her 2 horses here and instructs students interested in riding lessons. She's just one person making a living in the equine industry out of the 16,000 horse-related jobs statewide.
We have a huge staff here, and it starts from our daily barn team who feed the horses and walk them outside and clean their stalls. We have to have, you know, a huge landscaping and maintenance crew to take care of this gigantic place. And then just general maintenance of all of our buildings. And so we employ just a lot of people doing very specific jobs.
Dole credits the interest in horses to the accessibility of events throughout the state.
Yeah, they've just made it more accessible to absolutely everything. I know in Northern Virginia, they have something called Twilight Polo in the summer. Every Friday evening, you can bring a picnic and watch polo. It's open to the public. That's a great thing for families to go to, and that's not something that they had 10 years ago.
And all those horses need a place to stay. Boarding horses in Virginia in 2010 generated more than $45 million in income, more than 1/3 of all the economic impact of the horse industry. Just more proof that horses and horse owners are in the winning circle of Virginia agriculture. Reporting in Chesterfield County, I'm Sherry McKinney.
Thank you, Sherry. Lending by U.S. agricultural banks to farmers and ranchers in the Corn Belt states increased by 15.6% last year, according to an industry report, as the rural economy shook off the impact from last year's drought. In the United States, overall loans increased by 13.9%. Now, the American Bankers Association's annual Farm Bank Performance Report found that agriculture remains strong and the outlook going forward is favorable. The USDA is predicting that farm income will surge to its highest level in 40 years as crop yields rebound from the drought and livestock and poultry producers receive better prices for their herds. Farm balance sheets remain solid due in large part to a strong farm income and a rise in land prices. As a result, farm debt-to-asset ratio is forecast to hit a record low in 2013. Well, we'll talk about how those favorable conditions are opening up some new financial opportunities for farmers. That's straight ahead when Dayne Davis from Pendleton Community Bank joins us on Ag Insights. There are some good financial opportunities out there for farmers. Joining us today is Dayne Davis, a financial center manager for Pendleton Community Bank. Dayne, welcome to Virginia Farming.
Thank you, Amy. I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you here. I would like to know some of the things that are are offered to farmers out there now, where we try to do everything we can to help make their job a little easier, and the financial end sometimes can be really challenging. So share with me some things that, well, at least at Pendleton, some things that you guys are doing to help our farmers.
Well, excellent. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities out there for farmers and to access credit for things that they need. In the farming community, it's quite frequent that farmers in the poultry industry or the cattle industry or any industry really that will access a line of credit to be able to use, whether it be buying feed for their flock or for their herd, and then what they'll do is also pay that line of credit back at time of settlement when they're either selling their birds or selling their herd at the stockyard. So it's something that a lot of farmers like to use, and helps them not get low on their cash that they have in the bank to be able to access what they need for their farm and to run a successful farm.
Okay, so how does that line of credit work? Is it an easy application? Is it something that almost everybody could qualify for?
Yeah, excellent. I mean, it does have a application process that they have to come into the bank and apply for. Oftentimes, there will be a second deed of trust on the farm that is taken for that line of credit, or on the farm, the herd or the flock for the cattle. It just depends. But all they would have to come in to do is apply for the loan, come in and get qualified for. So they'd have to provide their tax returns to show that they can afford the line of credit, and the terms are typically pretty favorable to allow them. So you would take draws on your line of credit into your checking account to be able to buy feed, medicine for your herd or your flock, like I said, and then pay that back at your time of settlement when either your birds leave or you sell the herd at the stockyard.
And you had mentioned before that this type of loan cuts back on your interest payments?
Yeah,
how does
excellent.
That work?
Yep. It also reduces the interest expense for the farmer, because automatically the farmer can set up sweeps in the account so that it can either sweep from the loan to the checking account or from the checking account to the loan automatically. So that way the farmer doesn't have to come in, deposit the check, and then pay their bill. So it's automatically pretty much that day. If they get their settlement check in, you can set it up so that it would automatically sweep back and forth both ways. So that way you can easily access it to pay for feed or medicine, or you can easily pay it down when you settle up for whatever it is that you're farming.
Okay. Now, do you have something set up that's kind of like a direct deposit when, let's say, a poultry farmer, when they send the chickens out, mm-hmm. and usually they get a check that day or a couple days within the day that they ship out? How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. Oftentimes with the broilers especially, the farmer will get between 5 and 6 flocks a year. And so the payments are only 5 to 6 times a year. You're not making a payment every month because you're not getting a settlement check every month. So we like to set those up so that the payments are due at times of settlement. So that way the farmer's not impacted negatively, having to come up with cash in between when he's not really getting any cash per se. So it's automatically, it's exactly like you said, we'll set up with the grower, whether it be George's, Cargill, or what's the other third? I'm thinking, yeah, Pilgrims.
Uh-huh.
So we set that up with the growers company and have that automatically. It's exactly like your payroll deposit at your work, where it's just automatically deposited in and drafted on your account. So that way it alleviates the farmer.
And and to me that's a big benefit, because growing up on a farm, time is just so limited. Uh-huh. If you don't have to take that time to make a bank run that day or anything like that, it really does free up a lot of time, and I really see that as a big plus. Now, can you set that up with any of the milk companies as well when they
absolutely. It's just in the contract with the farmer, and whoever they're supplying their milk to, we can set something up like that for whoever their supplier is. And like you said, farming is a very business that it's difficult to leave the farm and make sure that it's still operating correctly and that sort of thing. So it does alleviate the farmer from having to leave the farm, and they can stay on the farm and concentrate with the things that are important, and leave the financial stuff up to the professionals and that sort of thing.
Well, I think that's a really good benefit.
Yeah,
I really do. So tell me what's out there for young farmers.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to say, because there's a lot of younger people want to get into farming, and it's not necessarily inheriting a family farm. So how does someone who is young, and maybe not even necessarily in age, but young to farming, how does someone get a loan for a farm, you know, who doesn't have a whole lot of farming background, who's gone through different programs, ready to start farming? How can we help those people who want to start?
Yeah, excellent. The first thing would be there is a young farmer program here in the Shenandoah Valley, a chapter that meets together, and especially for people with limited experience in the farming business. It's for high schoolers and then also for college-age kids as well, so that they can meet with other farmers and gain some experience and that sort of thing. Virginia Tech has a great agricultural background and program for young farmers like that. There are loans out there that are available through the government, kind of like small business loans. SBA loans is what they're called, but for farmers there's programs out there that the government helps to subsidize things and get young farmers started in a particular program. But really, I would encourage any young person that's interested in the agricultural business to really get involved with a local chapter in their area with other young farmers, so that they can gain their experiences and understand the costs that are involved in the agricultural business.
Right, because sometimes there really can be a large upfront cost, and with farming, the way it works, it can be a while before you get that back in your pocket.
Yeah.
So it's good to have a financial advisor to work with to help you get through those and to know what to expect, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, you really have to understand what it is that you're getting into and how you're going to be able to make money at it. And that's why it's important to, I think, get the experience first and understand truly what you're getting into, because it's really a passion and something that if you're passionate about, you can be very successful. So you just need to get the background knowledge if you're inexperienced and young, but you think you want to get into it. So get involved with a local young farmer chapter and find out what the benefits of agriculture are.
Okay. Are there any other plans out there that are either really new or maybe that we're not quite aware of yet? Is there something coming down the pike that you'd like to share, or anything that we need to know about that's going to be a good opportunity for farmers coming up in the future? Yeah,
I think especially in today's times, we're always trying to be creative with potential opportunities out there, and I believe there's programs coming down the pike that are being looked at right now to provide fixed rate financing for farmers who are looking to buy farms. There's nothing on the horizon particular, but there are some things in the pipeline to provide a fixed rate loan to a customer to be able to purchase a farm and to be able to get up and running. I would just encourage everybody to do their homework and research what's available with everybody. There are certain programs out there that the government will help to subsidize, and also all banks have numerous programs that they're willing to help farmers. The farming community has been receiving financing for hundreds of years, and so there's ample opportunities out there.
And speak to me for a little bit about staying local, staying with a local community bank. What are the advantages of that for farmers?
Well, I'm happy you said that, Amy, because local community banks use local deposits to fund local initiatives, and we really feel it's important. And there's a real movement nationwide for go local, dine local, bank local, go local for everything. And I just think it's a great program that we have, and the Shenandoah Valley is so rich with the agricultural business, whether it be coffee bean farmers, whether it be the poultry, the cattle business. There's so many things out there, and the local deposits. The biggest things are that local deposits are used for local initiatives. So you have a community bank. Those your neighbor deposits are helping fund your farm loan and that sort of thing. So it's just really neat. It's a community helping out a community, and it makes it just a great feeling.
That's good. And that's what I like. I like to see that, you're making money in our community and it's staying in our community when you bank with a local bank, and I think that's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great.
Dayne, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you again, Amy.
We'll be right back. Gardening in raised beds will work in almost any terrain and can make caring for your plants a little easier. Here's Mark Viette.
Growing in raised beds really accomplishes a couple different things. One of them is if you're in an area where there's a lot of rocky soils present or heavy clay soils that won't drain well, maybe you're even dealing with a bank that you want to incorporate a vegetable garden into. One of the easiest ways is to create raised beds. And that is where you just raise the bed with, in many cases, as you see here, wood. Some people do it with even stone, you know, bigger stone like a rock wall. But it allows you to work these beds pretty easily because you can kneel, and then it makes it easy for you to pick your vegetables and work on your vegetables when they're sort of low growing. Another form of raised vegetable gardening would be gardening in containers like Mike and Glenda have done right here with this large clay pot with this squash. Now, one of the things that you always have to keep in mind in vegetable gardening is succession planting. This squash is pretty much at its end of its life. It's finished producing. But if you look over here, we have more squash that's being planted. And if you look over here, even in front, you can see some just germinating now that will go ahead and provide some, more vegetables later in the season. Here we have a little different type of structure, building this raised bed, different types of wood which you can use. But the real advantage to raised vegetable gardening beds is you can mix your own soil. And this soil is mixed with, some of the compost that has been gathered here for years, and then many other elements and fertilizers and nutrients, and maybe, some composted leaves are added in. And as you notice, you can just dig down with your hands and plant your seeds or your plants just by hand. And it really allows for great drainage because the water drains through this here. You can see there's mulch for the walkway, so you don't have to worry about weeds. But you can virtually create any type of mix that you would like. You could create a mix that grows well for onions, a mix that grows well for beets. But what you've seen here at the end against this wire grid is some of the peas for fall. So you've always got to consider planting again and again, so all the way through until you get heavy frost, and in some cases you can harvest some of these vegetables even after that. So, go out, create a little raised vegetable garden, pick your own vegetables, eat them fresh every day. I'm Mark Viette. Join me next time in the garden.
Taking a look at our ag calendar, 500 head of cattle will be housed at the Rockingham County Fairgrounds when the Virginia Beef Expo rolls into town April 19th through the 21st. There will be shows and sales of all breeds, workshops with industry experts, and many exhibitors. For more information, visit vacattlemen.org. That does it for our show. Have a great week, everyone. I'm Amy Rocher for Virginia Farming.
This program's brought to you by the Virginia Farm Bureau. From apples to zucchini, Virginia farmers work hard to put food on your table. And Farm Bureau works year-round to help farmers and all Virginians. Farming, it's all good. To learn more, go to vafarmbureau.org.
Polaris, offering its hardest working, smoothest riding off-road ATVs, led by the rugged, more powerful Sportsman 850 HO. Hunt, farm, or trail. Polaris has the sportsman ATV you want at Polaris.com.
Brought to you by Farm Family, Life, Auto, Business, Farm. Jim Gray, farmer's son, agribusiness owner, insurance agent. Another personal story on farmfamilypeople.com. Farm Family, the people you know. Join Virginia Farming on Facebook. Get updates throughout the week on topics that matter to Virginia farmers and consumers. Share your thoughts and ideas with us and stay connected with agriculture in the Commonwealth. Find us and like us. Virginia Farming on Facebook. We'll see you there.